jang is atariya
awo mu kubandi
sa na ko sa futandin
oto sa na ko be mu CK's restaurant
ndafa na janna mu yat ni manje dorom bijam
aban
CK's restaurant, known for best quality food and customer satisfaction.
In communication, connectivity is everything. We ensure that the links never sleep. Quantities and qualities, all in our data service, providing efficient, reliable voice and data service. We believe if you're not up to speed, then you're going backwards. Communications have to flow as fast as the speed of light. Whatever business you're in, having someone who understands your needs is critical. That is why we just don't offer you technology, we offer you solutions. Enjoy Gamcel's internet broadband anytime, anywhere. Your national operator, Gamcel, Yaibaram.
All right.
Honey, did you remind him that the last time he sent the money, it was not enough to buy all the provisions?
Oh, sorry, I forgot to tell him.
Are you guys talking about money transfer to buy provisions?
Yes.
But
Don't you know about Baluwo?
Baluwo? What is Baluwo?
Baluwo is a service that your son can use to send provisions directly to you guys from the shop. And you don't have to worry about the exchange rate.
Tell me how Baluwo works.
It's very simple.
Just log on to baluwo.com and shop, or download the app on your phone. You can shop on the website or using the app to buy online basic products for your family and friends. With Baluwo, you decide what your money is spent on. Your money, your choice. Buy online products for your family and friends in the Gambia, Senegal, Nigeria or Mali. Baluwo, better than sending money.
Are you thinking of owning your dream homes? EJ Investment is here for you. Secure our quality bungalows with 2, 3 or 4 bedrooms, or our story buildings 3 or 4 to 5 bedrooms at very affordable prices.
It is an offense to lie on the
you have TRRC
you told this commission that you are an independent witness for firing Sanya. True?
Wow, why?
Yes, it's part of my statement, but
I don't how many witnesses so man
we were 2 independent witnesses.
Through the records, please we are firing witness his case.
Except if you went to the records. You see, the problem you have, Mr. Witness, if you cannot remember which person made a confession in your presence, how could
Well, because so fake on a German that could make a 3-4 years do make a problem. Why it's almost 14 years now.
But if I told you it was just some 3-4 years later, but now it's been 14 years or more. But isn't it also because you were a habitual or a professional witness for the state in extracting these confessions?
ndax yow nekkuloo koo xam ne woon da nga jikkoo wala nekkoon koo xam ne ku daan def liggéey bi la di nekk seede ci turi nguur gi ci ay kayit yoo xam ne moom la ñu feewal sa kanam.
suma first time ma def ko rek 2006 foil coup bi la after loolu musuma ko defaat fen.
The first time I did it was in the 2006 foiled coup. After that, I did not do it anymore.
Not only were you a witness for Faring Sanyang,
nekkuloo woon rek seede ci Faring Sanyang rek.
you were also a witness for Yaya Dabo.
seede nga tamit ci Yaya Dabo.
waaw mooy 2006 foil coup bi rek ñu nekkoon coup plotters yi ñu wane ñoo nekk coup plotters yi ñoom laa seede.
Yes, those were the foiled coup plotters of 2006.
And you know what? Yaya Dabo's statement was taken late at night.
xam nga ne Yaya Dabo kàddoom yi mu doon jël di ko binda ñu ko jëloon ca xaaji guddi.
man musuma sign benn witness statement boo xam ne dañ ma email statement bi rek ma sign ko li ma sign yëpp dafa fekk nekk li ma seede ñu toog wax ñu wax ñu bindal leen ñu sign ma sign.
I never signed any statement, witness statement that was brought to me. I only signed those that I was present and which were written in my presence.
So if a person is beaten and a statement extracted from that person, a confession extracted from that person, you would not be present when those things happen.
su fekkee ne borom moom dañ ko jël dóor ko ba tax ñu wax la ko li nga xam ne moom lañ bugg a mu wax ñu jëlee ko ci moom loolu ndax diñ ko dee fekkee.
man li ma fekkee rek mooy time bi ñoo jël statement seen joxe seen personal statement loolu laa fekkee waaye su fekkee ne beneen statement amaat na itam nekkutoon ci suma kanam.
What I witnessed was when they were giving their cautionary statement. If there was any other statement that was taken, I was not a party to that.
So if a statement is changed, say for instance a person was beaten to give a confession before the panel, and the person is taken inside the room for a statement to be taken, you would be present.
léegi su fekkee ne nit ki jël nañ ko pour mu joxe ay kàddu yoo xam ne moom lañ bugg a mu wax ko ci kanami panel bi ñu jël ko delloowaat ko ci beneen room boo xam ne foofu laa war a joxe yeneen i kàddu ndax yooyu yëpp da nga ko dee teewee.
waaw su fekkee ne man li ma teewee rek mooy time bi ñoo joxe seen statement yooyu rek laa teewuma beneen statement.
What I witnessed is when they were giving their statement. When they are giving their statement, that's the only time that I'm present.
In fact, the witnesses tell us, let's take Wassa Kamara for instance. He gave his independent, he gave his confession in your presence. That's what you said, correct? Do you know why he gave that confession?
No.
Wassa told this commission that when he met the panel, there was blood on the table. There was a hammer placed on the table. There was a broken tooth on the table. And people, the soldiers were in the room carrying their guns. He was terrified. He had no choice but to confess. Are you aware of that?
No, no su fekkee ne am na dina ma jaaxal lool parce que fi nga xam ne foofu laa nekkoon amut anything of that sort because ñoom ñu dee wax balaa ñëw start seen statement sax dañ ko dee wane ko kii mu fi pour seede ne you are not threatened, you are not me, you are not nane xam nga you are not titaluñ la xuppuñ la so you are free to say whatsoever you know about this school man lii laa doon fekkee waaye mosuma fekkee foo xam ne dañoo tegli te saal la woon lifin corridor la woon nii comme saal corridor la ne woon nii nga am office on your right foofu la office yi Dramé nekkoon foofu leen doon carry on this all statements yi nga xam ne attend naa ko foofu laa ko attendee.
No, and if such a thing were to happen, that will surprise me a lot. In fact, when these people are brought in, the first thing they say is that this man is brought here to witness that you have not been threatened in any way before they give their statements. And in all the occasions that I witnessed when statements were being given, there was no such thing as you have described on the table there.
And all of those people confessed, correct?
Wow. Yes.
Wasn't it strange to you that all these people confessed?
ndax lolu sax mom jaaxalut la ne ñoo ñi fa nek ñepp wax nañ li nga xamne mom lañ bëgg ñu wax
no nekut xam nga man time bu bobu ñu ma xam li ma jaaxala li bi yo li ma oyé won rek moy pour ma sédé
Mr. Witness, answer the question.
I wouldn't know what was strange or otherwise. All they did was to call me to be a witness.
We are all Gambians, we know each other. We know our character, we know our temperament.
ñun ñepp wa Gambia lañ def xam nañ suñu jikko xam nañ ko ci nekk li mëna def
Wasn't it strange to you that 6 senior officers of the army or senior officers in government, Faring Sanyang, he was a lieutenant or he was an officer, Yaya Dabo, he was an officer, Bunja Dabo, an officer, Wasa Kamara, an officer, Ali Jo, former accountant general, Tamsir Jasi, former director of immigration. These are all very senior people. And they all came and confessed. Wasn't that really strange to you?
li nekul lo xamne lula war la ñi mu lim ni ñepp ay borom maxama for lañ ñom ñu juroom ben yépp ñu wara ñu tok dal di joxe ay cadeau yo xamne ñom lañ bëgga déggé ci ñom ndax lolu doonul la jaaxal
liñ leen tuumal yépp lañ nangu
ñu deful defandor ko nangu liñ leen tuumal
Wasn't that strange to you?
No, really it doesn't, because ñom gannaaw ñom lañ tuumal ñom ñu confess ne li ñom ñoko def lolu kay mom nekron not amu dara lu lo xamne daf ma jaaxalon ci lolu nonu
There was nothing that was strange as far as I'm concerned, since they were the ones that were accused and they came and they confessed to it.
But it did not surprise you that every single one of them would confess?
Why betu la tamit ne ñoom kenn ku ci nekk ci ñoom ñepp ku ci nekk rek nangu nga liñ la tuumal
like the last question be
Can you ask the question again?
Wasn't it surprising to you that all of them confessed to the accusation of the most serious crime in the book?
ndax jaaxalut la ne ñoom ñooñu nga xam ne ñoo fa teew yépp kenn ku ci nekk nangu nga li nga xam ne moom lañ la tuumaal te lañ la tuumaal doon tafaar gu mag a mag boo xam ne mu ngi ci biir réew mi fii
jaaxalul ma gannaaw ñoom ñi ko def woo ne ñoom ñoo ko def kay
did not surprise me, since the accused were the ones that confessed to doing it.
And in fact, it's not just these 6 people, Mr. Witness. It's a whole lot more. You forget Hamadi Sow. The Marabu.
Okay.
You forgot?
Wow,
yes, the Marabu had 3 names.
I am not done yet. Yes. The Sering from Bogal, Hamadi Sow.
Sering Bibaye ko Bogal, Hamadi Sow.
Was he not the one who said he dreamt of Yajame riding the bicycle?
That is also another Marabu.
Wow.
And that is Omar Fall.
Omar Fall.
So not only were you the independent witness for Hamadi Sow, you were also the independent witness for Omar Fall.
Hamadi Sow, the way Omar Fall tamit seede nga ko.
Omar Fall mun naa remember man ko soga remember ni moo tax ma ne suñ demee through records rek suñ joxee seen tur yi man naa mun a fàttaliku.
I'm just remembering him now, and that's why I said if we go through the records, I'll be able to recall.
Mr. Witness, you cannot recall all of them because there were too many.
Seede bi doo mun a fàttaliku ñëpp ndax dañ bari torop.
Because you had a deal with the state to be the person who would do the dirty job for the state by validating these confessions that we are beaten out of these witnesses.
Ndaxte dafa am nangu too boo xam ne def nga ko ak ñi nga xam ne ñoo nguur gi pour nga ñëw déggal lii nga xam ne mooy tuuma yi seeni borom nangu nga déggal ko joxe ci seede.
Non loolu amutoon parce que nekkul ne man rek maa nekkoon seede ba pare texte yooyu nekkul ne dama ñëw pour ànd ak nguur gi man nguur gi kenn ooy man Ndour moo ma oo te bi mu ooyee si loola laa taxaw.
That was
pour seede li ma fekkee.
That was not the case. I was not in collusion with the government. I was called by Ndour.
And I was not the only witness.
And I was also not the only independent witness.
Mr. Witness, you are two witnesses.
seede bi yéen ñaar la woon.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
One from Sukuta.
kenn ki bàyyee ko Sukuta.
And one from Bara.
kenn ki bàyyee ko Bara.
Correct?
Wow.
Yes.
And you would know that Bara is too far away.
xam nga ne Bara dafa sori.
Wow, Bara sori na.
Yes, Bara is far away.
It would have been easier just to stand at Marina Parade and just fish somebody, just get somebody who is passing to say, hey, we have a person to make a confession, come and be an independent witness. Wouldn't that have been more efficient?
Ni kon dina doon gën a yomb rek taxaw rek ci mbedd Marina Parade bi gis ko yomb rek ne ko kaay ñëwal nga nekkal ñu seede boo xam ne du far fen loolu lu ma doon gën a yomb utee jëli kenn ba Bara.
Loolu de man kenn mënu ma koo def.
No one can do that to me.
How mala xamuloo woon ne ma rek kaay jël witness nekk witness ma ñëw taxaw.
If I don't know you and
man waane ko loolu moom mënuma ko mukk.
you will not be able to just call me
But
just
don't you
like
think
that.
you have done worse?
fooguloo ne def nga lu gën a bon.
No.
To come from Bara every day.
di jógee Bara bor bu set.
It is like the state anticipated that there would be a confession.
dafa mel ni nguur gi ñoom sax séntu woon nañ ne am na ko war a nangu liñ ko tuumaan.
And they bring you there to be there when the confession is being made.
ñu ñëw indi la pour nga fekkee kooku nga xam ne moom lañ tuumaal mu war a toog nangu ne moom lañ tuumaal.
Isn't that calculated?
loolu fooguloo ne lu ñu waajal la.
No, man foog naa ne nguur bi Ndour bi de toogee ba call ma that time.
I think
ko wone lulu affaire nguur yi state bi ñu waa they were aware ne mu ma call pour ma ñëw. No.
When Ndour called me, I do not think that the state was aware that he was calling me.
But Ndour called you to come and become an independent witness, didn't he?
Yes.
Yes.
So at that time, he knew there was going to be a confession.
Bamla o xamoon na ne am na koo xam ne dina toog pour nangu tuuma giñ ko tuumaal.
Wow.
Yes. That was why he called me.
And they kept happening, they kept coming.
te dafa continuer di am continuer di xew.
Faring Sanyang. Nga ñëw.
You came.
And you became independent witness.
nga ñëw kooku it nga seede ko.
Yaya Dabo.
The same. moom it naka noonu.
Bunja Dabo.
The same. naka noonu.
Wasa Kamara.
ak Wasa Kamara.
The same. Ali Diop. The same.
naka noonu.
Tamsir Jaase. The same.
naka noonu.
And now we have discovered that there were in fact two other marabouts.
am na yeneen ñaari sëriñ sax ñu ci bokkal.
What are the names again? Fall and Hamadi Sow. So now we are talking about 8 people for whom you are independent witness.
léegi boole nañ ci ñaar yi mu nekk juróom-ñetti nit yoo xam ne indi nañ la pour nga seede leen.
Isn't that too many, Mr. Witness?
loolu bariwut.
Hamadi Sow man mënuma remember mbiram waaye Fall Omar Fall Ketal I don't know kooku moom witness na mun naa fully remember bi ngeen tudde turam.
But as for Omar Fall Keita, I remember being a witness for him when you mentioned this name.
Let me read to you that of Hamadi Sow.
xaaral ma jàngal la Hamadi Sow.
You remember the lawyer Nene Cham Chongan.
Lawyer Nene Cham Chongan.
You remember her?
Fàttaliku nga ko.
Waaw Chongan.
Yes.
Chongan bi fàttaliku naa waaw.
Yes, I remember the Chongan. It's a lady.
Of course, Nene Cham Chongan.
I remember. It's a lady.
And you remember she represented a particular accused person.
Fàtte nga ne moom dafa taxawaloon benn ci ñi tuumaan.
And let me tell you what Sow told the court. Madam Chair, I'm quoting from Gambia Times, a newspaper, online newspaper published on Friday, 3rd April 2009. And this is what the man said. He told them that he was handcuffed and he was beaten with sticks and whips. He was taken straight to Mile 2 prison.
ñu dal di ko jël yóbbu ko Mile 2 prison.
And later taken to NIA office at around 12 midnight.
gannaaw gi ñu jël ko yóbbu ko NIA ci fukki waxtoon ñaar ci xaaji guddi.
At the NIA, he was dropped at the midst of the soldiers who started to beat him indiscriminately.
bañ eggee NIA rek ñu dal di ko wàccee ci biir ay soldats yoo xam ne dóor yu métti lañ ko doon dóor.
He said those that beat him were armed with sticks, whips, guns, and knives.
wax na ne ñu ko doon dóor moom amoon nañ ay yar ay bekke ay fetel ak ay paaka yépp.
He was beaten in the main courtyard.
ñu ko doon dóore ca ëtta bu mag ba.
So pointed out that around 3 a.m.
So wax na ne ñetti waxtu ya ca xaaji guddi.
He was taken upstairs in a big sitting room together with other people.
ñu yóbbu ko ca kaw ci saal bu mag moom ak ñeneen.
He asserted that he was subjected to questioning.
wax na ne foofa na dañ ko fa doon laaj ay laaj.
And he denied knowing anything about the matter.
te moom dafa weddi ne moom liñ ko doon laaj yépp xamu ci dara.
He posited, he stated,
mu dal di wax ne.
one Captain Musa Jame told him that he knew something about the matter because of the fact that the owner of the compound, Marabu Cherno Bari, knew something about the matter.
wax na ne Musa Cham wax na ko ne ko moom xam na li nga xam ne moo doon xew is it Musa Cham.
Cherno Bari.
Cherno Bari xamoon na li nga xam ne moo doon xew.
And Demba Sow and Haidara started questioning him.
ak Demba Sow ak Haidara commencé nag di ko laaj.
I told them to call all the people that they have arrested to see if they knew me.
wax naa leen ni ñun oo ñu jàpp yépp ndax ñoom dinañ mën a wax ne xam nañ ma.
Captain Musa Jame told me that I was lying.
Captain Musa Jame ne ma dama fen.
He pulled out a pistol
mu génnee fetel
and stuck it in my mouth,
dugal ko suma gémmiñ gi.
thereby breaking my teeth.
dafa dama sax suma boñ bi.
He told me you are lying and your marabu cannot do anything about it.
mu ne ma waxuloo déggate sa sëriñ bi du ci mun dara.
And let me skip some of the things that were said.
waaye ma
And
jàll
move on.
yenn.
Marabu Sow indicated that when he was making his voluntary statement, there was no independent witness.
Marabu Sow mu ne moom ba moo joxe seedeem yi amul kenn koo xam ne seede bu farul fenn bu fa teew la.
And he does not know any Babou Loum.
te xamul kuy Babou Loum.
He said he knew Seni Ndour and the NIA.
wax na ne xam na Seni Ndour ak NIA.
And one who obtained a statement from him.
ak ki nga xam ne moo doon jël kàddoom yi di ko binda.
And Nene Cham Chonga and his counsel
Nene Cham Chonga mi nga xam ne moo woon looyaam.
reminded him that
ko fàttali ne.
the independent witness Babou Loum told the court
seede bii di Babou Loum wax na ca court ba ne.
that he Sow was happy when he was signing the statement.
ne Sow moom ba moo sign kayit boobu dafa kontaan.
And this is how Sow responded.
te lii la Sow tontu.
How can they accuse me of partaking in a coup d'etat and I laughed about it?
naka lañ ma waxee ne man dama bokk ci coup d'état ba pare ma di ci rey.
I was never in a laughing mood.
man jamono boobu taluma woon sax ree.
He added that if it was not for the severe beatings, he would not have signed that statement.
mu yokka ci tamit ne lu doon dóor yu méttee métti yi ñu ko doon dóor ni ko doon du mu sa nangoo sign kàddu yooyu noonu.
You had forgotten Hamadou Sow.
fàtte nga Hamadou Sow.
But clearly, you are the independent witness for Hamadou Sow.
reer na ne yaa fa nekkoon seede bi pour Hamadou Sow.
waaw ok su fekkee de kooku looyaam la su ko neex mun naa waaye moom man mosuma wax ak ñii parce que loolu dafa serious.
That person is his lawyer. She could say such a thing, but I've never spoken to these people.
Are you now denying that you are the independent witness also for Hamadou Sow?
da nga bëgg a weddi ne yow yaa nekkoon independent seede bi nga xam ne pour Hamadou Sow.
waaw parce que lii Nene Chongan wax foofu noonu loolu man mosuma ko wax sax.
Because what Nene Chongan said, I have never said.
And accused person mu ngi jël sa statement nga ma ne bi moo joxe statement sax mu ngi ree. loolu man duma ko wax
I wouldn't say. I don't have a heart.
Said that.
I would not say that an accused person was laughing
this is
when his statement was being taken.
This is the newspaper article of what happened in court on 3rd April 2009. You deny it.
Li kayiti xibaar bi ñoo ko wone li nga xam ne moo xewoon ca atte kaay ba ñetti fan weeri April 2009 danga ko nga weddi.
am na kayiti journal yoo xam ne sax day wax ne man NIA la te loolu du dëgg. so kon dañ leen bina lu leen neex rek.
So there are some newspapers who even said that I was an NIA officer, and that was not true. Some newspapers just write what they please.
Mr. Witness, we would come to that. You were an informant, but this is about what is recorded to have taken place in court. Are you suggesting that the newspapers fabricated it?
Dinañ ñëw ci loolu dam na ñëw du xekkati xibaar nga woon waaye da nga bëgg a wax ne kayiti xibaar gi liñ binda nii moom dañ ko xalaat rek binda ko.
waaw si suma side lañ bindoon dañ ko xalaat rek binda ko parce que musuma wax ne kii bi moo joxe statement am bi daf doon ree.
On my side, they just wrote what they pleased, because I had never said that when he was giving his statement, he was smiling.
Mr. Witness, you are now beginning to realize the fancifulness and the ridiculousness of the statements you made before the court.
Léegi nag ci ngaas dooga ràññee ne li nga xam ne moom nga waxoon ca kanami àtte kaay ba doy waar ak li nga xam ne moom la umba yépp.
You only realizing that.
waaw Moussa leen ne leen dem ci records because am na record yoo xam ne comme li nga wax ni because mun nañoo nit ki witness bi mun naa joxe witness am ñu bind ko ba pare mun naa joxe statement am ñu bind ko ba pare ma sign ko. Well, any other statement sign.
Which is why I said we should go through the records, because a witness can make his statement, which I will sign, and then subsequently another statement will come, which I will not be aware of.
Mr. Witness, there is no better record than this. This is a contemporaneous reporting of what was happening in court.
Li amul leneen lu wara gëna mëna wër li lu set la lu woné ni nga xamné moy xibaar ak nim doon doxé ci atté kay ba non lañ ko feñalé.
When Gambia Times wrote this, they never knew that there would come a day when Babou Loum would be put in the witness box and ask questions about these things again. They never knew that.
Ñoom bi ñoo bind xibaar bi musuñu woon a xalaat sax ne dina ami jamono boo xam ne Babou Loum dinañ ko ñëw taaj fii pour mu mun a wax li nga xam ne moo xewoon xalaatuñ ko woon sax.
So you deny that you were the independent witness for Hamadi Sow?
Léegi yow da ngaa weddi ne nekkoon nga seede ci mbiri Hamadi Sow.
Parce que wax ji ñu fa wax noonu man maa ko wax loolu man mosuma ko wax.
Yes, because the statements that are attributed to me there, I did not say.
Te li fi mu nekk li nga read ni ka lead counsel nit moo ko binda def ko fa.
And what you are reading, lead counsel, was written by someone.
So those people are lying.
Well, on my side, what they have written is not true.
Yaya Dabo, he said he was beaten late at night, around 3 to 4 a.m. He was taken upstairs and his statement taken.
Yaya Dabo, wahnane digante ñetti waxtu ben ñetti waxtu yi ci haaju guddi jël nañ ko yóbbu ko ca kaw dóor ko fa ba pare jël ay kàddoom ci moom.
Is he also lying?
Moom it waxut dëgg.
Non xam nga mënuma wax ne dafa fen waaye man li ma mën a wax mooy xëy na loolu mën naa am.
I cannot say that he's lying. Wow. That could have been the case. It could not have also been the case.
Mr. Witness, isn't it the case that you became an independent witness to confessions which were initially made at a time that you were never there?
Fogolone dañ lañ jël sédé bo xamné do dang fa nek pour sédé do farle fen nga sédé mbir mo xamné sax bañ ko def nekkulo fa won.
Luma mëna defense mo bofa because duma mëna sédé ben sédé bo xamné bi mo jël statement bi I was not there be paré after ñu wara ñu di jëlaat statement bi ma fekkee boobu mun naa ne fekkee naa ko waaye li ma fekkee wut li ngeen naan yëpp mun naa happen waaye was not in my presence.
All these things you are saying could have happened but they were not in my presence.
Mr. Witness, we would come back to all that. You were also the independent witness for Omar Fall. Omar Fall also said he was tortured.
Omar Fall wax na ne mom tam dañ ko metitaloon.
Ali Council man mënuma bañ ne dañ ko metitaloon loolu yëpp mun naa am waaye at the time of taking their personal statement I was there the parent it was in my presence. Waaye ne dooru leen man loolu mënuma attest to that fekkewuma ko.
I cannot deny that they were tortured, but when their statements were I was there.
So you cannot deny that Faring Sanyang was tortured?
Bon nun le wedi ne Faring Sanyang mitital nañ ko.
No,
I cannot deny it.
In fact, we had testimony from Lantombo. He said Faring, his head was injured and he was bleeding profusely. In fact, as a result of that, Faring was not made to appear before the panel.
Baham sax amna sédé bu fi wax Lantombo ne Faring bi mo joxe sédé mi dañ ko door ci bop ba nga xamné sax mënu ko na teew ci kanami panel bi.
Are you aware of that?
Yeg nga lool.
No, lool yeguma.
I'm not aware of it.
Yaya Dabo, we've just dealt with his case. He was beaten mercilessly and taken before the panel at 3 a.m.
Yaya Dabo wax nañ biram ba pare wa mom tam door yu metti lañ ko door ba pare yobbu ko ci kanami panel bi ñetti waxtu ci xaaji guddi.
Are you aware of that?
Yeg nga ko.
Musuma ko yeg.
I was never aware of it.
Bunja Dabo, do you know that his arm was even broken?
Bunja Dabo ndax mom xam nga ne loxom bi sa dafa dam?
No, yeguma ko.
I was not aware of that.
Wasa Kamara, he just described his situation. All the threatening things were on the table, and he was threatened. As a result of that, he agreed to give a confession. Are you aware of that?
Wasa Kamara wax na mbiram be pare ay yef lo xamne tegon nañ ko fi table bi pour titlo ko lolu taxna be mu joxe ay kaddu yo xamne mom lañ bëggoon mu joxe ko nangu liñ ko tuumal ndax yeg nga lolu door ko door yu metti.
Muna mu ambala manyo after money. Why one time money amu done anything of that sort you take osi table bill, any threatening tool or anything law mere den ko don hopi pour gay wax xam nga si affaire li xam si kubi. Muna am after no or before no muna mu dolen because munuma ko attest.
That could have happened before my arrival or after I have left. But while I was there were no such things on the table that were threatening as such.
Ali Job, he too was brutalized, he was tortured.
Ali Job tamit soxore nañ ko mitital nañ ko bu baax sax.
Li ñu wax yépp ci TRRC bi la ko xamé.
All the things they said, it is here in the TRRC that I got to know them.
Tamfir Jase, he spoke yesterday, you heard him. He gave a confession even before he was tortured, but he was intimidated and he had no choice but to confess. Are you aware of that?
Tamsir Jase wax na fi demba mom joxe na sédem bala ñu ko mitital sax waye mom itam dañ ko soxolal ba nga xamne mom titalol nañ ko nga lolu
yegu boko way Tamsir fonane mo nekkon di very person ki nga xamne mun na remember mbiram bu baaxa baaxa
but answer my question
aware, but I think Tamsin will remember more accurately what happened to him.
Are you aware that he was threatened to confess even before he came to give his statement?
ndax xam nga ne moom Tamsir dañ ko xuppoon pour mu wax li nga xam ne mu nangu liñ ko tuumaal balaa joxe ay kàddoom sax.
No. And you remember Aliulo?
Fàttale ko nga Aliulo.
The student.
Is it the student?
I don't know whether he was a student, but you were also independent witness for Aliulo.
Xaw ma ndax student la de waaye yow tam bokkoon nga ci ñi ko doon seede.
You were also an independent witness for Abdullah Njai.
Nekkoon nga seede pour Abdullah Njai.
You were in fact the professional independent witness.
Yow daal yow yaay ki nga xam ne yaa mënoon sa liggéey pour def seede yooyu nga xam ne moom lañ la doon jëlee pour nga.
You were chosen because you would accept to do this dirty work for the state.
Yow daal moom dañ la tànnoon rek pour nga def liggéey bu tilim bi nga xam ne moom nga doon defal nguur gi.
Man tànnuma pour loolu parce que liñ ma tànnoon rek mooy pour ma seede rek parce que liñ leen def before ak after man fekkewu ma ko. da leen toccoon da leen threaten daal luñ leen munti def daal in my was not in my presence waaye li ma fekkee mooy at the time of taking their personal statement loolu laa fekkee.
I was not chosen for that. I was just asked to come in and be an independent witness. Now the tortures, if they happened, they could have been before my arrival or after I left.
Mr. Witness, they had to go all the way to Bara to get a person who would do this work. Is that not the case?
Seede bi dañu romb fii yépp jàll dem ba Bara pour jëlee fa nit rek koo xam ne moo leen war a mun a defal liggéey bii du loolu.
No, do they, but he.
Not them, but he.
And who is he?
Sergeant Dur.
Sergeant Dur.
And your relationship with Sergeant Dur, you said he was your friend, he was your mboka, he was your childhood friend. You were his go-to guy. He would go to his friend who would do it for him.
wax nga fi ne yow Sergeant bi ni yow xaritam nga mbokkam nga da ngeen daan ànd ba ngeen nekkee gune bon yow yaay ki nga xam ne bu soxlaa façon yi ci yow laa ñëw pour nga defal ko ko.
That was the only first time pour mu def ko mooy des 2006 foil coup after loolu musuma involved suma bu fa.
That was the first time he did that. That was the 2006 foiled coup. After that, there was nothing of that anymore.
Mr. Witness, you didn't do it for just one person. You didn't do it for two. You did it for a whopping 10 people. 10 accused persons.
Wow, moi li ma leen wax rek ci time bu rek la appear passé lolu am nga amatu feneen fo xamne mos na fa appear.
This is what I'm telling you. That was the only time that I appeared. Other than that, there is nowhere else that I appeared.
Mr. Witness, we agree. We all agree you are a very smart person, very streetwise. Mr. Witness, to get you to do this for 10 times, and each witness did more than 2-3 statements.
Yo pour nangu nga pour def li fukki yoon te kenn ku ci nekk ci sédé yoy joxé nañ seen kàddu benn ñaar ba ci ñetti yoon.
It means on average you have done it over 20 times.
Li ñu tekki moy mbolé seen yépp def nga ko lu wessu ñaar fukki yoon.
Doesn't it appear to you that you are their go-to guy?
Fofu la ndax yow yaay ki nga xamné yow lañ olu won rek la indi jamono bu nekk.
Wa xamna dañ bañuna indi more witnesses rek mota ñu jëlé ni ñu ñaar.
I suppose they did not want to bring in more independent witnesses, which was why they took only the two of us.
But
there's a lot of learning in this.
Tell us, we're listening.
Okay, this was the first time, and come here never again. The most fidelity, more than my witness, because some the witness kinga me more I'm going to talk Nulane Holo Digger or the phone. I'm so
Mr. Witness, the issue is that those confessions that you claim were made voluntarily, free from threats, free from torture, free from coercion, was false. And he knew it was false.
Amu ben time bo xamne ma won ci office bobu nonu indi fofu ben man civilian la suñ fa bëggona indi yow du mo ñoti sax billahi wala talay ken inu fa gon ken tretul len munna am before or after. In my presence there was nothing like that mu happen for nonu.
To God I can say that while I was there in my presence, nothing of that sort happened there. I'm a civilian. If they had brought in guns there, that would have just made me leave the whole thing. But the tortures could have happened either before or after my coming in.
You said this was the only time you did it?
2006
yes, in the 2006 foiled coup.
But that was a lie.
No.
In fact, the lawyers who participated in this trial have told us you signed over 32 statements. And you were consistently the independent witness of choice for the state between 2006 and 2009.
te yow sa yow yaay ki nga xam ne daal moom la nguur gi taamu woon daan la tànn rek pour nga ñëw nekk seede diggante 2006 ba 2009.
loolu mos a am. 2006 moo nekkoon the first year sala M. musuma koo def.
2006 was the first year and that was the end of it. I have never done it anymore.
Did you sign up to 20 statements?
ndax sign nga benn tollu ci ñaar fukki statement.
loolu records rek ngeen indi records.
The question is did you sign? Answer the question. You know what you did.
I can't remember.
And you now hiding behind I can't remember.
Well,
if you did it a few times, you would know.
Why 20 times, Mom? Definitely, I can't remember.
Well, as for the 20 times, I cannot recall. I cannot recall that.
You are shocked because it is too many.
No, do affaire jaxle sax parce que li amu dara lu ma ci tiit because man li ma def loolu lay wax li ma fekkee loolu lay wax amul benn man definitely.
Mr. Witness, there is nothing to be shocked about and there is nothing to be afraid of. I only say what I have done.
Do you have any reason why they would have to go to Bara to get this one single person all the time consistently to do over 20 statements? The reference I have is 32 statements. The lawyers counted them.
ndax yow mën nga xalaat lan moo waral ñuy romb fi yëpp di dem ba Baara di fa jëli nit koo xam ne rek mu ngi ñëw seede lu toll ci ñaar fukki statement ndax am ñun sax liñ am fii sax dem na ba ci fanweer ak ñaar.
loolu yëpp bañuma ko waaye li ma wax rek mooy buñ di wax dee man kenn nit moom moo tax man ma ñëw nekk si lii.
I don't deny that, but all I want you to do is not to be saying they, because it was one individual who got me involved in the whole of this.
Mr. Witness, what's so special about you? That Sergeant Dur would have to ensure that his childhood friend would come from Bara every day to do this for 32 statements.
Sergeant Dur answer. One day, definitely
Sergeant Dur would be the person to answer that question. He called me and I came and I witnessed.
You used to leave Bara at 6 a.m.
Musuma baye ko Bara 6 a.m. parce que amu time ferry today of 6 a.m.
I never left Bara at 6 a.m. because at that time the ferry is not yet in operation.
You would arrive in Banjul at 8 a.m.
Why did I exit Banjul?
Asu ferry bi joge 7 Banjul.
If the ferry left Banjul by 7, yes, I could get to Banjul by 8 o'clock.
You would even be at the offices before the civil servants arrive. Those who were paid on a monthly basis.
Office bi bala ligay kat nguur nga xamne weer lañ leen dé fay ñom bala ñu égga seen office fekk na yow ag nga fa.
Man suma agé man time musuma aga ci office fekkuma fa kenn kon lan mo ñëriñ ma fa dem. Lolu man ma comme ni wax rek am not paid be paré ñi nga xamne leena fay sama leena jitu seen office. Lolu musa am.
I never go to the office and not find people there. Just as you said, these people who are paid, then if that were the case, what would be the use of my coming?
You would often arrive at 8:20 or thereabout.
Yes.
By Gambian standards, that is early.
Yes, it's early because one that crosses with the first ferry is early.
This thing must have been very important for you.
No, school Simon.
It was a school for me.
Yes. It was a school of torturing people to confess.
school la woon pour ñu mitital nit ñi pour ñu nangu liñ leen tuumaal.
Ona leen bés bu ma fekkee woon ñu toocoon di ko mitital pour ñu jël statement am du ma fa demati mosuma fekkee loolu noonu. School la woon pour mooy attend li ma doon ñëwee di attend loolu noonu maa ngi ci doon jàngal lu bari. I'm experience.
If there was ever a situation where I found an individual being tortured, I would have left. But like I'm saying it's a school because as I was coming there were also things I was learning along.
What did you learn?
Because different people like kusine kanyo ang state different statement am binda living binda sign.
Tell us what you learned.
That's where I'm coming to.
Imo fa janga moy comme
I learned there. That is the accused, the
with his idea.
Each one of them comes with these ideas. This one writes this and this one writes that. And through that I learned a lot.
Because
all of them were in the same thing. Each one of them comes and tries to accuse the other or says this is the extent of my activities and this is what this other person did. And as such, I was able to learn a lot from that.
Was that what interested you?
No, it more. I'm going to by force. Because young you di attend appeal fo jare diga so lo neka diga muna am loy amba janga fofu nonu pour élire exhibit am nga lolu su passé won after ñu ñëw ne ma dañu la bëgg pour li ak lolu mom suma bon parents sax mëna duñ nako defalat xam nga deflo wat am nga.
That was learning by force, as it were.
Were you a witness in the case of the money doublers?
No, money doublers did it.
No. May God protect me from such.
You know Samba Jogo?
I'm the Samba Jogo.
Almost Samba Jogo, Musuma attended
I don't know Samba Jogo. I have never attended that.
Were you in fact a member of the Green Boys in Bara?
Green Boys.
I know you would deny it now, but the people of Bara are listening. You were a Green Boy.
I'm not in COVID. Why were Bara? You get Green Boy.
You have asked me, and I will respond.
Were you a Green Boy?
Yes, I was.
Yes, and you participated in leading the witch hunters in Bara, didn't you?
I was even angry.
Mr. Witness, you participated.
Participate mostly parce que bien des bigay ni fu ñu don small sister ñu ko don genté.
I was not I did not participate because the day that they came my sister was having a christening ceremony.
Salifu Kor call ma munema Ababakar ma ko na munema dañ la soxla fi pour nga ñew téwil fi alkali.
Salif Kor called me Ababakar and I answered and they said we want you to be here to represent the alkali.
And who is Salifu Kor?
Who is Salifu Kor?
Major Kerr, Salifu Kor, Musi Army, we have for them peacekeeping, I don't know.
Major Kerr, he was in the army, I think he's peacekeeping, and he was responsible for Yajame's garden in Bara.
And Major Kerr was also one of those who led the witch hunters around Bara and Esau, correct?
Major Kerr, mo jite won ñi nga xamne ñoo doon robba demay ci Bara ak Esau.
Do you agree to that?
Yes. When they call nekal fa alkali mané ko alkali bi suma mam la domam yang ko ina fa domam mi dem man mënuma ñu.
When they called me and told me to go there and represent the alcalo, I told him the alcalo is my grandfather, his children are there, let one of them go and represent him.
After 10 minutes,
Jawo called me and said to me, Babou Loum, you are a witch, a wizard. I said to him, it's only a wizard that recognizes his fellow wizard, then you too are a wizard. He said to me, Salif Kor called you to come and represent the Alcalo and you refused. I said to him, I am the Alcalo's son, his sons are there. Let one of them go and represent him. I was never in line with that. And I never went with them to anywhere.
Why would they call you?
Salifu Kor momo call pour mo dem nekkal alkali bi fofu mo dem represent alkali bi.
Salif Kor called me to go there and represent the alkali.
Because mom hamna suma yengu ci bir deka bi.
He knows about my activities in the community.
And your activities in that community was to threaten everybody, to show everybody that you were an NIA agent, you were a paid informer for the state. That's the attitude, that's the posture you had in Bara.
Yow li nga wonon nañ ñi fofu moy ne yow ya nga togal NIA dañ la fay pour nga liggéeyal leen di leen jox ay xibaar yi ñoo soxla.
Loolu musa am because man musuma nit ñi ñoo ma doon accuse as NIA sama bi foré newspaper bi ne.
That never was the case. It was the people who accused me of being an NIA agent, especially after the foreign newspaper wrote that.
I don't know the point. I'm not been a newspaper who been an man. I was NIA.
The point, or any one of the other newspapers who
posted at Kamfenda.
And I was an NIA agent who was posted at Kamfenda. And I don't even know where Kamfenda is located.
Mr. Witness, it is common knowledge in Bara that you were a green boy, correct?
Sedabi, Bara yep ñoo xamone ne yow da nga bokkon ci green boy.
Waaw bokkon na ci bu baax sax.
Yes, I was there. I was a coordinator. I was a coordinator.
And you were always flexing your muscle in Bara, threatening everybody about your relationship with the state.
Dañ tiitaru fofu ca Bara di ko ci nekk di wone ne yow yaa ngi fa teewal nguur gi.
Bara dëkk bu ma bugga lañ. Amul kenn ku ma mos a taxaw threaten la dëkk bi yëpp ñoo mun a attester man I am a good citizen of Bara. Bara ba pare ñoom xam ne man lan laa munal Bara amul kenn koo xam ne mos naa la threaten te nekkuma ko.
And
it's a crime.
The whole of people of Bara know that I am a good member of the community and I have good intentions for the community. I have never threatened anybody.
You were a paid informant for the police?
No, dañ la daan fay pour nga joxal xibaar police yi.
Man benn doomu aadama mënut maa dugal si loo xam ne ëllëg dama am na leena loo xam ne dama ko dee report. Comme par exemple mu nekk loo xam ne yaa ngi war a dugal illegal arms fii ma yëg ko moom bu ñëwee seytaane bi mun naa seytaane bi am ci boppi borom loolu I can tell it waaye yeneen man musuma dem ci police di joxe information.
The only example I can give you where I reported is, for instance, when you are bringing in arms into the country, because that problem is one that will not only remain with one person. Such things I will report them.
Have you ever reported anybody to the police?
Mus nga boole kenn ci police bi.
Waaw dafa am waaw.
Yes.
I was police be direct because kila on the among information.
But it was not directed to the police.
I'm not being a motor bujalasi.
I got information that there was a vehicle about to cross.
Not by road more Lebanese moko dawal.
And the driver was a Lebanese.
I'm a gun sibir mutombi.
And that they had a gun inside his vehicle.
Time Malisa Abnaku Malisa Londe after Mujahman number Bena intelligence military intelligence officer bune konti SAO kambi fufunu.
There was someone I laced with who gave me the contact of a particular military officer who was at the SAO camp.
Ika mutu bi Roma na already ma inform ko joko amga nimoko description bi.
At that time the vehicle had already passed, but I passed on to him the description of the vehicle as was passed on to me.
And
he was stopped at the checkpoint in Esso. They searched inside the vehicle. They found the gun.
Which was not licensed.
Which was not licensed. This happened.
Was that the only time?
Yes, that was the only time.
But how come you earned the reputation of being a paid informer? An informer to the police and the NIA in Bara?
Lana tax ñu doon wax nak ne yow dañ la fay pour ngay jox xibaar police ak NIA yi Bara.
Ñu bëggoon naa de ñu feeñ suma kanam ñu jàpp ba pare jël téye kaamil bi waat because man mosuma am time bu sax man suma time ma loolu
I would have loved my accusers to come in front of me, perform ablution, and hold the Quran, and then make these allegations against me.
But your time permitted you to be the go-to guy for the state, to become the professional witness on 32 different occasions.
Waaw mënoon nga nekk ko xam ne yow lañ tànn pour ngay ñëw di joxe seede lu toll ci fanweer ak ñaari yoon.
I lead council living bono naka professional bono mon ama buwa nga withdraw ko.
Professional is one that I would like you to withdraw because I was not a professional.
Because panko don def rek xam nga out of rek suma digante ak Ndour mu ñëw rek na ma teewal ma teewe te le ma doon teewe mooy wax naa ko at the initial stage wax naa ko ne I'm not a security personnel.
But I did it because of my relationship between Ndour. When he calls me to be a witness, I'll just come and present myself there.
But tell me,
initially I told him that I was not a security person.
Tell me, Ndour trusted you, didn't he?
Yes, Ndour, yes, oh yes.
He had confidence in you.
Wow.
Yes.
What
you say is very close to that, as far as our relationship was concerned.
He knew that you were dependable for him. No,
no, well, su fekkene mom xamona lolu man lolu am not so way xamna ne dal
but all that is what
relationship ak mom
but I know that it was because of our relationship which was why he brought me into it.
Ndour knew that if he needed it, you would protect him.
Ndour xamone na ne bu ko soxla yo ding ko aar.
Well, man su fekkone lolu pour aar Ndour la duma dem parce que dem pour aar an individual or whoever he or she may be duma duga ci yoyu.
That was only to protect Ndour. I wouldn't have gone there to protect one individual.
The question is, Ndour knew that if he needed your protection, you would protect him.
Lema laajte mooy ne Ndour xamoon na ne jamono bu soxlaa sa kaaraangeem ci yow dina ko doon am.
Lead counsel.
Yes, lead counsel, yes.
And that is precisely the reason why he came to you. That is why he left every potential candidate in Banjul and went all the way to Bara to get his dependable friend, this guy who would protect him.
Lolu motax mu bayyi fi ay nit ñoo xamne mënon na leena jël rombalen fi ci Banjul jalla dem be Bara jël fa ko xamne or na ko ne jamono bu ko soxla dina ko mëna aar.
Waaw mom hedda mom ñu la ko xelaté way dal man gustane dal he was a friend and a very good friend of mine.
Yes, maybe
and everything.
That was what he thought, but for me, I saw that he was a friend of mine, a relative, a very good friend at that.
And you did what he wanted?
Well,
yes.
And you were there, you were scared, you were terrified of the soldiers.
The money.
No, I said when I got inside and I noticed that each one was having a gun. That was what scared me. But when I got into that office where there were no guns, there I was not scared.
Well, don't you think that those people who were being interviewed, who were being interrogated with soldiers all around carrying guns, you think those people would not be terrified?
Ndax ñi nga xamne ñom lañ tegon fofu di leen laaj te soldat yu amé ay fetel wër leen ndax ñom tam duñ doon tiit
xam nga fi ne ñom suñu waxé né dañoo tiit mëna sé anda parce que ñom rek ñoo mëna attest fofu nonu waye man personally homa because ñom they are soldiers like them.
Well, here if they said that they were scared, I can go along with that because I wouldn't know, and they are soldiers, in fact soldiers just as they are.
But you had their testimonies in court. They said they were not only scared, they were beaten mercilessly. That's why they gave those confessions.
Yes, it's true. When I heard that in the court,
because in my presence,
it surprised me. I said, behold, these people have experienced something very horrific.
Mr. Witness, it is understandable if this happened only once. Or two. We are talking about 32 statements. It cannot be a coincidence. It cannot be chance. This was designed.
They were beaten on.
In my presence,
but what I witnessed in my presence,
anything of mark or threatening, and don't bring a statement freely.
Each one of them that came, I did not see any marks on their bodies or any threats given to them. They were not exposed to any kind of threats. All I saw was them writing down their statements.
Do you know that any person accused of a crime is entitled to a lawyer present when he is being questioned?
At that time, I was not aware of that, and even if I knew, what else? Because I was just called there to be present.
Mr. Witness, you were not a child at that time. You were a mature adult. You were a mature adult who was already seasoned in business. You were smart and streetwise. You were coordinator of the Green Boys. And you want to tell us you did not know that a person accused of a crime should be allowed a lawyer?
I never knew that.
And what else didn't you know? That you cannot be threatened to give a statement?
They can threaten someone to give a statement, yes.
And that was normal?
Threaten someone
is abnormal.
That is abnormal.
And that is what happened at the NIA.
In my presence, that never happened.
In fact, all those who participated, who testified before this commission, apart from Langtombong Tamba, all of them agree that there was a system. They torture the persons, take them before the panel and they accept. And after that they are taken to the room to give their witness statements. From all you know, do you deny that that was the system?
If they said that that was what happened, that could be. But the office that I was in, where the statements were being given, there were no weapons or anything.
No.
The office was sanitized. All the things that were necessary to make things look bad were removed.
No.
That could have been the case because when I got into the office, it was only the table and the chair I found in the office. So that could have been the case.
If
I had known that they were threatened before they were brought in to give their statements, I wouldn't have gotten into it.
Well, you were at the NIA, you saw soldiers roaming about with guns. Just like you were scared when you first saw them. Other people too would have been scared by that.
Well, I can only speak about my case. When I saw the guns, I was scared.
Well, those for whom, in fact, these soldiers knew or they understood weapons much more than you do.
Don't
say they know more than me as if I know anything. I don't know anything at all.
And they said they were all scared. They were all terrified.
They have the right.
But in court, you made it as if that everything was proper.
Due
to what I witnessed, and that is what I was speaking about.
Did you ever tell the court that you were going back and forth?
Court never asked me if I was going back and forth.
In fact, the story you gave to court that you were called by Nur to come and witness the signing of the statements, you came and statements were made, you signed as independent witness and you left.
That never happened because every accused is described and then the person's statement is brought out.
But that is the story you gave in each of the cases.
Why yo? Because buchi nekal person bilul nga pa wa?
What time? That you were called by Nur to come and become an independent witness.
Wow. No.
Yes.
And you came and the witness was brought.
Wow.
Yes. And the witness was, you were told that the witness is going to make a confession, a voluntary confession. He was not beaten, he was not threatened.
Yes.
And the witness, the accused accepted.
Wow. Yes.
And then a statement was written.
Wow.
And
yes.
all of you signed.
Wow. Yes.
That is what happened in each and every case.
Wow. Wow. Yes.
At no point did anybody ask for a lawyer.
Well, money time bima limo fake si time bima jël those cautionary statements. Amul ken ku laajte déguma ko dal ci gémmiñ ken.
Going by what I witnessed when those cautionary statements were taken, I have not heard anyone request for a lawyer.
Tamsir Jase said here that when he was taken to the room, he asked for a lawyer. Is he lying?
Tamsir Jase wax na fi ne bañ ko yobbu ca bir neeg ba dafa laajte ne dafa soxla lawyer ndax mom dafa fen.
Su fekkee mënuma ko fenlo de su fekkee ne wax na ko it man dégguma ko.
I cannot dispute what he is saying, but if at all he made that request, I did not hear.
Bunja Dabo said he asked for a lawyer.
Bunja Dabo it ne laajte na lawyer.
Is he lying?
Wow, supakanam ñoom diga ken laajte lawyer. Amul ken ku laajte lawyer.
Nobody asked for a lawyer. All of them. None of them asked for a lawyer.
What I have difficulty understanding, Mr. Witness, is 32 statements. All containing confessions of the highest crime in the book. Nobody asked for a lawyer. everybody confessed.
Isn't
that really strange, Mr. Witness?
They should have been the ones to refuse that.
Request for lawyers.
They should have refused and requested for lawyers.
They said they did.
If that had crossed my ear, I would have made it clear, but none of them requested
Question,
for a lawyer.
Mr. Witness. Isn't that really strange to you? Isn't that really shocking?
What is strange for you is something that you are aware of. I was not even aware that they could have requested for a lawyer.
But didn't it surprise you that everyone who comes just say, I did it? Even in your home, you have 2-3 kids. You accuse them of something, some would accept, some would deny. But here you have 10.
Sa kër sax dang fa amé sa ay doom yo xamné ñaar ba ci ñetta dang leen wax né li nga def dañu ñëk bañ né defuma ko way bi nga am ci ñi kilifa yi
question bu ci ñom wara dem because ñom ñoko nangu.
That question should be posed to them because they were the ones that accepted. What I witnessed was their statements, and I was asked to sign, and I signed.
In fact, there was yet another witness.
Permendi.
Another accused person.
Permendi.
And you are also the independent witness. He too says he was tortured.
What I want why at the time of taking their custodial statement, none of them were tortured inside that room.
I'm not denying that they have not been tortured. I'm not also accepting that they have been tortured. All I'm saying is, while I was there, when their statements were being taken, nothing of that sort happened.
Do you know what you did, Mr. Witness? You signed a document saying that those statements were given voluntarily.
Danga sign kayit bo xamne liñ ci sédé moy né ñom bañoo joxe sen kàddu yoy ñu binda dañ ko def ci sen ciobare boppa.
That's what you said.
Lolu nga wax.
It was false.
Té lolu du dëgg.
Waaw parce que li ma mëna féké moy ku ci nekk dafa def CDM li fi naka right statement voluntarily.
What I witnessed was that each one of them wrote their statements voluntarily.
None of them was forced.
None of them was forced.
So,
that is what I can attest to.
That's it.
All of them said they were forced. All of them said they were beaten. All of them said they were threatened. It was you the state used to legitimize what they did. To say that what all these people were saying is false. Don't you feel bad about that?
What I was witness to, that would not be shocking to me.
They are soldiers with experience.
Because they were soldiers with experience.
If I
told their fellow soldiers were here, or whether they were beaten, or whether they were threatened,
it was not in my presence.
It was not in my presence. What I found while there is the only thing I can attest to.
The
other things, if at all they were threatened prior before being brought there,
or clear office before action,
or whether they cleared the office before my arrival, that is something that is
very sad.
That is abnormal, and is.
Mr. Witness, they went to you because they knew that you were the coordinator of the Green Boys.
2006
In 2006, I was not a member of the Green Youths. I was not there in 2006.
When were you coordinator of the Green Boys?
Green Boys.
But I had a brother who was there.
After Kugunu, Slamagai dual plasm.
So when he left, I was taken to replace him.
It is quite clear that you sympathized with the government.
No, Nijila Amalon Monday because Nijila don't deal at hunger. You know,
I sympathized with the people. I sympathized with the people because I was dealing with the people, which was why they recommended me for many positions.
Clearly, you are a big supporter of the government.
Well, Murgi, Bifinaka, so they may that responsibility, Nijola the Green Youth Coordinator of Lower Yomi.
Well, for government, if you get to a position where you are given that responsibility, as the coordinator of the Green Boys in Lower Yomi,
do you support Murgi?
You will support the government.
Why Siko Rek, Digger.
But on the basis of truth.
You know that all these people were convicted for very long terms of prison sentence.
Wow. Yes.
A lot of lives were lost.
Wow. Yes.
A lot of people suffered.
What happened?
And they suffered mainly by reason of the position you took.
No,
I cannot accept that.
You know that all those cases would have crumbled but for your testimony?
Suma hamone suma johe suma ki elfinaga suma neke independent witness silulu nulai muje ni kondu musiboka.
If I had known that my involvement as an independent witness would lead to these things happening the way they happened, I wouldn't have gotten myself into it.
What do you think you were doing? You were going to sign checks?
No.
No.
What did you think you were doing?
Lima small friend rek ni manganyo rek sede neka di independent witness.
What my friend told me to come and be an independent witness.
You were never independent. You were a witness to help your friend. To do the dirty job of the state. Have these people tortured and brutalized and confessions obtained from them? That's what you did.
No,
I didn't do that because I don't want to see where a human being is made to suffer.
Because kima nangu te mitoro ko eleg munaneka a very close relative of mine.
Because if I should allow someone to be made to suffer today, tomorrow that person may be turned out to be a close relative of mine.
Mr. Witness, what I am telling you are not things that are new to you. Or false? All these claims that I am bringing out are not new.
Yes, there are new things because I did not understand things in that way.
At the trial, each witness claimed that they were tortured. Each and every one of them.
Wow, man bu wasa kamara bisa mo magana tital sa because wasa kamara bimwe mona mom.
Yes, Wasa Kamara's story was what scared me a lot because he came and said that.
Mundon bleed time bimdon jail statement.
He said he was bleeding when his statement was being taken.
Lawyer ambine ko demal sikana mam gawon ko slifin bisa mag bifufunu.
And the lawyers told him to go in front and show the mark on his forehead.
So mark.
So when I looked at it and they asked me what is there, I told them a mark. Loyambo said to me, I want to put it to you that this man, while he was giving his statement, he was bleeding. I said to him, while he was giving his statement, I did not see any bleeding.
It was a big surprise to me.
It was a surprise to me.
When
Wahakamara made those statements.
Wasakamara
was the one that said to me, I want coffee.
But the interesting thing, Mr. Witness, is that it's so convenient you're able to remember all those details. But on the more critical things, you can't remember anything.
Well, you know Wasakamara. I will recall about him very well.
Because of Nim testify or Nim was a court be.
Because of what he was saying in the court.
I was
surprised that a human being would take an oath and appear before the court and make such a
Are you serious?
I am 100% serious. Maybe
you should watch this video afterwards.
I was scared when I heard Wasakamara make those statements.
Maybe you should watch this video afterwards.
Yes, I will watch it.
And then you would see a very good example of what you've just said. You agree?
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
What
I'll see the example, of course.
I have no further questions. Thank you.
So,
the witness would wish to be excused for a few minutes. Thank you.
Campbell. Commissioners, I think we can round up by you asking questions and then him making a statement when he comes back. Huh? Of course. So we finish the day, huh? Thank you, witness, for coming back. I'll crave the indulgence of the commissioners and the interpreters and the media. I know I'm eating into your lunch break, but we can, so that we can finish with this witness and then end the session for today. Huh? Okay. Commissioner Samba, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Chairwoman. Babou.
I have a question for you.
Mr. Ndur.
Mr. Ndur.
Mumfi.
Is he around? He is late.
Yow yaakaaruloo woon ne Mr. Ndur yow yaa nekkoon met langom boo xam ne moom la war a joxe si state bi pour nga mun ko jox information.
No, why mom?
English interpretation.
English.
Sorry, can you repeat? Yes, please.
Mane yaakaaruloo woon ne.
Don't you think that?
Mr. Ndur.
That Mr. Ndur.
Yow yaa nekkoon met langom time bi moo nekka.
You were his informer while he was in office.
No, Ndur from nekon amman from maneka nekun bena. So why hamna mom?
Where he was and where I was.
No, from
we're not the same place, but I know that he has trust and confidence in me.
Because I'm not been a time, but I'm not IGB number.
Because there was a time that the IG gave them a number.
So muneko the as soon as possible.
And he said to them that he wanted the owner of that phone number to be traced as soon as possible.
Because of course they called the Kosaga.
Because that individual used to call him and insult him.
One phone on a detect on that person.
I think I was the one that detected that person.
All right, so must have on trop.
So he needed me a lot.
Because he
had confidence in me, and I also had confidence in him. It's just by God's doing that he was a police officer and I am a civilian.
Wow, police officer la waaye xam na ne am na informer boo xam ne moom lu mu bugg a laajte ak lu mu bugg a xam su la ko waxee yow di nga ko lijjantil nga wax ko te yow doo informer.
He was a police officer, but he knew that he had someone that whenever he had a problem and told this problem to, such person would work it out and give him the solutions, and you were not an informer. I was not his informant.
Why,
but he had trust in me.
He's naturally gifted.
Because he was naturally gifted to me. And I also have respect for him.
Information.
I never give him any information.
Yow naka nga xamé téléphone number bobu nonu nga dem jokko ko naka nga ko xamé?
How did you get to?
Fekkee ne nekkulo informant naka nga ko xamé?
No, nekuma informant.
How did you know that telephone number which you pass on to him? If you say you are not an informant.
I was at their office during that time. So after momu gena si amba when
they gave it to him, he came out and said to me, when IJ gave them that number, they went to Africell.
Africell number B mujhe call IGB.
Why Africell gave them the number, the last number that called the IG.
Number kiko mujhe call.
And that number, the person who was last to call it.
When they gave
me the name
the
name of the person who called the person who was insulting the IG. I dialed that number on my phone. And a name popped out on the screen. I said, well, this person's name has popped out. But it is not that he was the one who was insulting the IG.
Around 12.
But he was communicating with the person who was insulting the IG, and their communication was up to around 12. When I went and asked the boy, sorry, I borrowed his telephone.
Madam, she call if you know information.
I went to his call log.
time bin indicate ne time bobu ko ki call lolu nekuton ci telephone bi.
But I saw that the time that they said that this individual called him was not on the call log.
Koku ham matchut ci affaire yo call be pare delete ko.
And that guy was not very versatile or smart enough to know that to know how to delete calls.
Bin topé case bobu nonu
when we followed that case,
then be after all finally guy like a trace man bi.
We followed the case and finally the individual was traced.
Man malen jox bunta bi.
And I was the one that showed them the door.
Same investigation be niñ ko wara carry on
how they were to carry out their investigations.
So legi Babou. Man dang ma jaxal de.
You surprised me a lot, Babou.
Li tax nga jaxal ma.
This is why you surprised me.
Yow nekulo NIA.
You weren't an NIA officer.
Yow nekulo police.
You weren't a police officer.
Yow nekulo security man bo xamne da nga wara dem di def investigations.
You weren't in the security services which will warrant you to take part in any investigations.
Li la lead council laaj ndax dañ la dé fay nga ne fay la bu reuy.
And the lead council asked you here if you were paid and you said you were not paid a dime.
Kon yow jambar nga parce que da nga liggéeyal state bi ci merci.
Then you are a patriot. You only work for the country with the expectation of a thank you at the end of the day.
So man
yow dina la wax ne yow you are patriotic citizen because yow sentuwulo ci fay. yow yaa ngi wondalu guddeeg bëccëg di dem di lijanti di ñëw fayuñ la xanaa time bi nga def lii amuloo benn responsibility boo xam ne war nga koo jël sa kër boo xam ne mun ngaa mun a toog sa kër nga toppatoo sa njaboot.
I will label you as a patriotic citizen since you were running around day and night trying to work out things and not being paid a dime. I don't know whether at that time that you were doing all of these things, did you not have any responsibilities at home which you needed to carry out?
My own problem
I had a problem which was big as the Magal tour.
Volunteer.
But I had been a volunteer for a long time.
I volunteer in Sajuka Nosi and Adult Literacy for 5 years. I volunteer paying more nada.
At Sajuka Adult Literacy and School, I volunteered for 5 years and they paid me nothing. That is why in Bara, no one can tell me anything. Everybody knows that when it comes to helping, I was always there. Fun?
Sports.
When it comes to sports, I'm there.
Whatever
you can think of which a human being can make use of, I'm always there rendering assistance.
Man daal doo ma mun a wax loolu ma gëm ko man li ma gëm mooy soo gisee olof jaay ñu ne soo gisee ngay dog mbuur dogita tax ngay dog
waaye kuy dog dogita tax
kuy dog dogita tax ngay dog waaye man li ma laa ñaan mooy fanweeri nit ak juróom yi yëpp nga involve leen ci loo xam ne du dégguwut parce que yow óorut la ne liñ def ñoom ñoo ko def ngay jugee ko depuis baara paasuloo fayuñ la paas fayuñ la lekka fayuñ la dara ngay demee si Mali foro loolu sama ko xee duma ko gëm man li ma laa advice mooy fanweeri nit ñi nga tuumaal bañ def leen liñ leen war ta def trial nga jéggalu ci ñoom ñu baalal la suñ la baalalu bés boo dee dinañ ko génne ci sa bàmmeel.
What I can advise you is that the 32 people whose statements you have signed that led them to experience things in life which they shouldn't have experienced, you try and make an effort and seek their forgiveness. Otherwise, you will pay for it in the hereafter. Because as you all say, if you see someone doing something, there is a reason behind that. It couldn't have been the case that you would be doing all of these things and not getting anything out of it. God, who is watching over us, what I witnessed, God knows it. And anyone also who accused me will also face it in future. Because what I can attest to is what I was a witness to. What they did to them before, I do not know.
So witness wrong because of my witness. To witness be my witness, ndeke ñoom dañ daj lu metti bala witness bi su fekkee ne loolu dafa nit pour mu apologize naa leen apologize.
If at all those the people that I witnessed as an independent, as I was present as their independent witness, if at all they were tortured before they were being brought there, and if that doing so is a wrong thing to do, and if there is a need for me to apologize, then I'll apologize to them for that.
Bahna way man lima la wax dal moy mandarga mënon nga sétlu suy ben nit sax ma ñaari nit sax mandarga bu am bo waral xamne li amna lu xew waye comme ko nga ne yow xamuloko te yow or na le time bobu non lu doon dox NIA or na la xam nga ko nga ne xamuloko lolou kenn du la mëna forcer na nga xam ko waye sa digënté ak yalla te nga xamne alcorane nga ral su fekkee ne doomi jullit nga waat ci yàlla ne lii li ma wax déggu na ci yow dina ko génnee si yow. Thank you very much.
jërëjëf yàlla mo mutu tampon sa bala ma aga su fekkee ne li ma ne yëpp du digal.
All you said is true, but I'm saying at least a mark which you can say and you look at somebody and be able to tell what has happened to the person. But you said that you did not see anything of that sort. But you knew what was happening in the NIA. You knew exactly what was happening there. And as a Muslim, if you swore and you say what is not the truth, you know the repercussions that come after that.
Well, man, su fekkee ne liñ ma wax ni lu am la.
And I'm saying if what they said was what actually happened.
Yàlla bu agaf ma de bu ñaaw.
Let me not.
Because
may God make it that I don't reach my destination and die a very horrific death. Because I know what the Al-Quran is like. I fear it and I'm very careful about it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman.
Commissioner Kerr.
Thank you, Chair. I have a couple of questions I want to ask you. And the first is, why did you become a green boy?
Man nag dafa am ay laajte yu ma la bëgg a laaj bu njëkk bi mooy lan moo tax nga nekk green boy.
Mooy rek li ma la rek man suma waa dëkk ñoom ñoo ma dee dugal si lu bari parce que dañ xam suma yëngatu ak suma pas-pas ni mel si lu munti doon.
As I said earlier on, most of the things, it's my community that gets me involved because they know about my activities and my interest in many things.
Second is, what were your functions as coordinator of the Green Boys?
ñaareel bi mooy comme ka yow yaa nekkoon ki jiite woon Green Boy loolu lan moo woon sa taxawaay.
Well, small taxawaay moo nekkoon because Lower Ñoomi Greenwood coordinator la woon.
I was the coordinator for the Lower Ñoomi Green Boys.
Time boo xamee ne président bi mu ngi war a génn.
Each time the president is to go out on tour.
Dañ doon dem mobilize Lower Ñoomi Green si.
We will mobilize the Greens at Lower Ñoomi.
Ba pare maa doon dalal North Bank West Green si.
And I used to host the green youths from the North Bank West.
Primary School.
Because they used to come to my district at the SO Primary School.
Any event
if there was to be any event to take place, for them to cross over,
number of greens.
They will ask me to pick a number of greens.
You have not bank the rest of the 7 districts.
To wait for the rest of the 7 districts and welcome them and bring them to Bara.
Were there any benefits attached to being a green youth?
Na am na ben njëriñ bu nekkoon ci nekk green youth.
Wow, amoon na njëriñ.
Yes, there were benefits.
Parce que I've done in that cordial relationship between people ñi nga xam ne xam nga leen xamuloo leen.
It usually brought a cordial relationship between people you knew and those that you did not know.
Ba pare teg si itam ko si mën a dimbale nga dimbale ko.
And added on to that, you can help any other person that you are able to help.
What about opportunities for jobs, especially into the security? Was that existing?
Naka nak ndax muna am yoon pour am liggéey ci bunti kaaraange gi ndax loolu mu doon am.
There was a time.
There was a time.
Loolu fa nekkoon 2015, I think. 2015.
I think it was in 2015.
ñu abna some greens yoo xam ne dañ leen ak if ñu ne xam ne they are non greens sax dañu recruit leen.
They recruited some of our greens and others who were not greens into the army.
My final question is, do you have any regrets for everything that you have been part of?
Suma laajte bu mujj bi mooy lépp loo xam ne yaa ngi ko doon def ndax réccu nga ko.
No, li ma doon def yëpp amul dara loo xam ne dama ko si réccu parce que li ma doon def yëpp dama feel ne dama ko doon def fa ma ko war a defee ak na ma ko war a defee.
All the things I did, there is nothing that I regretted because I believe I did what I had to do and in the way that it was expected to be done.
Sorry, if it naka wow, li ma si réccu mooy am na lu ma si réccu.
Sorry, there is something that I regret.
Mooy being an independent witness.
That is being an independent witness. I regret that and I will be mindful of such a thing until the day that I die.
Somebody very close to me commit a crime, amut ku nek independent witness defal ko lolu.
Except if it is someone that is very close to me who commits a crime and has no one to be there as an independent witness, then I may serve as one. But otherwise, that is the only thing that I regret.
So as Andy Ami said, are you willing to apologize to your victims?
Yes.
Thank you for answering my questions.
Okay. Witness, yes. We are coming to the end of this session. You said you have regretted being an independent witness. Obviously, there must be something you have realized at this point in time for which you are very, very sorry about. You were independent witness for 32 people. You are telling us here in this commission that none of them were punished or tortured in your presence. But obviously you can recognize somebody who has been tortured. And you confirm now to this commission that really they were not tortured. You did not recognize any one of them who was tortured. Remember, the whole world is listening to you. And as Kerr and Samba told you, if you have regretted what you have done, why don't you now complain and say, I am sorry for what I did because I did the wrong thing? As a religious leader, deep in your conscience now, you can feel what you feel. But I can also feel what you feel. I entreat you to please apologize to these people because definitely you wronged them. Thank you.
Just a point of clarification, Mr. Chair. It may have come from me as a misrepresentation or a misunderstanding. It's 12 witnesses, but 32 statements. Yes. 32 statements, but for 12 witnesses. And one of the witnesses you indicated was Nying, Alaji Nying. I have listed 11 plus Alaji Nying. Thank you.
Wa pour ma sédé léral fofu rek ñom ñi nga xamné ñom lañ tuumalon ci fukki nit ak ñaar lañ tollu way kaddu yi nga xamné mom lañ jëlé ci ñom yépp la wax né boole sen bi moy fanwer yi ak ñaar ma léral fofu.
Okay, Imam Lana, okay.
Imam Jallo. Imam Jallo.
Imam Jallo.
Imam Jallo, I heard all that you have said.
Understand money.
I also want you to understand me.
They were not tortured.
That I did not say that they were not tortured.
Why man time being in the office being no figure.
But when they were being brought at the office where they found me, and they knew that
office statement.
The office where they were writing their statements.
There was no tool or any threatening thing or threatening different.
There was no tool or any threatening thing. They were not threatened or done anything.
No, they are not fair with me.
They are not fair to me. What they could have said was that I was present when their statements were being taken. And if there is any wrongdoing there, because they too would also share in that, because they are denying what happened. If I told what I witnessed, and maybe what happened and the way things are is not the same. Maybe they were threatened before and the condition to come and say whatever they wanted them to say in my presence.
It's very wrong.
That is very wrong. But personally, I cannot seek forgiveness for an offense or a crime that I have not committed.
In my presence,
the God that watches over us knows. There was no one amongst them who sat in front of me who was being threatened, who was bleeding. If I told something like that happened, I am praying to God who is in charge of everything. May I have an accident, a very serious accident before I get home. That never happened. That never happened.
Commissioner Bojan.
Thank you, Chair. Babou. Nani nkaro sotole mi yalonko Commissioner Kala kuma labango ajindene wala.
There's a question I asked, which is in line with Commissioner Khan's last question.
Hanakabi kilin lafte je senendi.
Babou mu ne daf la bugal laaj lo xamne Commissioner Ka wax na ko fi mu bugal nga leral ko.
Te lo tamine yemini be CDA.
Yow ñi nga taxawal ñepp nga sédé len.
All the people that you served as an independent witness for.
For mo sotote kono ite inimisata minna CDA ndol.
Ndax amna kenn ci ñoom ko xamne réccu nga li nga xamne mom nga taxaw jël sédé.
Is there one of them for whom you have now regretted to have been served as an independent witness for?
No, réccu ma kenn ko xamne taxaw na jël laka sédé parce que bañoo sédé amuton dara lu wara tax ma réccu.
I have not regretted being a witness for any one of them, because at that time there was nothing that was there that can make me regret it.
Okay, Abaraka.
Abaraka, Jerry.
Loum.
Thank you for what you have said.
Li ma lay laaj mooy ñi nga séedee yóbbu kan nga ci séedeel kii moom bokkut ci liñ leen tuumal kan nga ci séedeel moom bokkut ci.
The people that you have served as a witness for, who amongst them did you serve as a witness who was not a part of it?
Xam nga foofu noonu man du ma mën a xam ki bokk ak ki bokkut man kii ñëw indi rek de ko kii bina sa statement man loolu laa mën a fekkee.
I cannot tell.
Loolu laa mën a attest loolu laa mën a seede.
I cannot tell who was part of it.
Xaw ma ndax ki ñëw bokk na ndax dañ ko forcé by force mu ñëw loolu man xaw ma si dara man li ma fekkee mooy statement it was in my presence.
I couldn't tell who was part of it or who was not part of it. All that happened was they will bring them in my presence and they will write their statements and I will serve as a witness. The things that you are witnessing to, did they happen in your presence or not?
Well, because
when they talk about a witness, is someone who was present.
Musuma sign ben document bo hamne they moko isire mo sign ko te witness bi togut lifin bi togut naka kibina homo musuma sign ben document bo hamne dañ ko fraud rek mu ñew rek mo sign ko non document yi mo sign yeb waji dafa tok wax ñu binal ko o mu binal bopam after mu sign.
I never signed any document that was brought to me just like that. All the documents that I signed were those that were written by the accused themselves or on whose behalf they were written in my presence. Those were the ones that I signed.
Wow, ñoom yow li nga leen sédel yeb da nga leen sédel ñoom yo bokku nañ ci yow lo rek nga sign.
So those people that you serve as a witness for, were they all present? Was that all that you signed?
Wow, ki nga xamne dafa ñew bi statement am be paré mo ñu lo rek la sign. We bi seen statement ku bi statement am mo witness column bi independent witness column bi mo sign fa lo rek la fekke lo la sign.
Yes, all the people who are brought in.
No kaddu bi ko fi wax nga ne li jaakalul la titulo ci.
You said one thing, you said this thing does not surprise you, you are not scared of anything.
You know the
God that you are talking to like that and the Quran that you have touched and the things that you are saying here. It is very clear to you that all the things that you serve as the people that you served as witness for, you were not there and you don't know everything about the case. I'm not talking about whether you've regretted or not, but let this be clear to you that you should be scared about this, because if you see that these people have now gotten to prison, it's because of your doing.
There are 32 cases now, about 32 cases, I don't know, 32 statements with 12 witnesses.
Accused persons.
Accused persons.
Wow. So, what I
can tell you briefly is that God knows.
Man, I am blind.
Man, I am blind.
The same thing applies to Keren Kumunti Don.
And that is the same as with every other person.
So, the
reason why I'm saying what I'm saying, what I witnessed,
the final act.
I think God, who is in control of the final judgment, He knows that what I said is what I witnessed. And this is honestly to God. I cannot sit here and be telling lies. God knows. What you should do right now is, wherever you are, remember that what you've done is not good, and fear that. Know that there is judgment between you and these people. Whatever they might have lost here in this world, outside of God and the Holy Prophet, you are responsible for that.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I heard your statement. Yes.
Ma'am Jalo has a follow-up question.
Witness. Why do you think you were personally chosen out of the whole populace of the Gambia to serve as an independent witness for people you don't know, you have never seen, and you have never had anything to do with? Why? Why were you chosen?
No answer.
yow rek ñu tànn la ci mbooloo mi nga xam ne Gambie yépp ni mu toll ñu seppi la ci yow kenn rek pour nga dem seedeel ci ñoo xam ne musuloo leen a xam musuloo leen a gis lu tax
nga man ne motana waaye ki motana moom moo war a xelaat moom moo war a joxe li tax moom mutana ma.
Well, I was handpicked, but it is the one that who handpicked me who must give his reasons for doing that.
Mr. Chair, Madam Chair, excuse me, I just wish to indicate the trials lasted from 2006 all the way to 2012, and the witness appeared as witness before the High Court and before the court martials. Thank you.
dama bëgg a leeral leneen tamit mooy ne atte biñ doon def noonu dem na ba diri 2006 ba 2012 loolu diri juróom benni at la te saa yu ñoo dem ci attekaay bi moom mii di dafa nekk di teew moo xam ci attekaay ci code bu ak ci attekaay soldat yëpp dafa dee teew pour joxe seedeem.
Thank you, lead counsel. Thank you, witness.
Madam Chair, before you adjourn, may I put in my exhibits? The witness statement is Exhibit 187. The list of accused persons. Perhaps maybe, Mr. Witness, do you want to include these other names that I gave you?
James.
Low. Hold a second.
I'm not so iron.
Aliou Lo, Abdoulaye Njai, Hamadi Sow, Omar Fall, Pierre Mendy, and Alaji Nying. Do you want to include that in the list? It seems that you only remembered half. So I gave you the other half.
So ma fatel la yenen genn walla gi.
You want to include them?
Nga ko ci bolé.
Yes, thank you.
Wow.
Aliou Sow. Aliou Lo.
Okay.
Abdoulaye Njai. Hamadi Sow. Omar Fall. If you wish, you can add Keita. That was the name that was given at the court, Omar Fall Keita. And Per John Mendy. And Alaji Nying. Thank you. That one would be Exhibit 187A. The Gambia Times article I cited would be 187B. There is another article that I cited from All Africa. It is in the treason trial, Detective Botoketa appears. That would be Exhibit 187C. And then a Point newspaper article, concealment of treason trial, state independent witness appears. That will be Exhibit 187D. There is another one, concealment of treason case continues, Exhibit 187E. Thank you very much, Madam Chair.
Thank you, lead counsel. The articles are accepted. Before I hand over to the witness to make his final statement, personally, I would like to thank you for publicly accepting that your role as a green boy.
Bala ma jox kaddu gi nak sédé bi pour mu joxe kaddu mi mujja dama ko gërëm ci li nga xamné nangu na jaxal ne mom bokkon na ci Green Boys.
When we were doing the witch hunt sessions in Esau,
biñ doon def programme lu aju ci ñi nga xam ne mooy woon ruba dumba yi te ñu ko doon defee ci SL.
And the role of the Green Boys was highlighted.
te ñu feeñal fa li nga xam ne mooy woon taxawaayu Green Boys yi.
There was no person who could identify one single green boy or green girl.
amul kenn koo xam ne mun na cee seppi kenn koo xam ne bokkoon na ci ñi nga xam ne ñooy woon Green Boys wala Green Girls.
Even though the witch hunt victims had clearly stated how they were humiliated and degraded by the Green Boys and the Green Girls.
dëgg la nag ñi nga xam ne ñoom lañ jàppoon ci yóbbam dëmma yooyu ñoom ñëpp ku ci nekk wone na li nga xam ne noonu la leen Green Boys ak Green Girls yi tuuta leen woon niñ leen gàcceelee woon ñoom ñëpp wone woon nañ ko fa.
Even though you have denied any role in the witch hunts,
dëgg la nag yow weddi nga ne bokkoon nga ci ruba dëmma yooyu ñu doon def.
we can now put a face to a green boy.
bon mun nañoo xàmmee Green Boy.
And one who played a significant role in the organization. So from the perspective of the Commission, I would like to thank you for that.
A green boy from Bara.
A green man.
A green man, yes. I noted the age actually, and I said Gambia. We've got very interesting definitions. You say green boy for adults, and then you say green boys, and there are girls in the organization, and nobody recognizes them, but thanks anyhow. Can we please have your final statement, Mr. Loum?
Mr. Loum, nga joxe nak legi sa kaddu gu mu jak.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Di rafetlu rek jotaay bi ak di wax thank you very much the TRRC team. Slogan boobu ñu wax never again.
I want to thank this commission, the TRRC team. The slogan says
never again.
Never again.
War naa nekk loo xam ne dafa sax.
It should be something that will need to stand and solidified.
Parce que dafa nekk loo xam ne.
Because it is something that.
su fekkee ne ñu ngi ñëw ne never again.
If at all we have decided to say never again.
dafa war a nekk never again.
It actually should be never again.
Why the other governments
and urging the government
ñu bàyyi xel trop si
to be very careful
ñu bàyyi xel si nit ñi
with the people.
Parce que nit ñi ñoo nekk electorate si.
Because it is the people who are the electorates.
ñoo leen a tànn elect ñu nekk président.
They will elect them tomorrow to become president.
te ñooñu seen sécurité dafa war a nekk sa loxo.
And their security would be in his or her hand.
di jërëjëfati itam sécurité bi bu baax a baax.
Also thanking the security services.
parce que réew bu war a nekk si jàmm ak dal.
Any country that should be calm and be in peace.
dafa laay si loxo sécurité bi.
That lies in the hands of the security officers.
di leen di ñaan yàlla rek ne.
Praying to God that.
lii yàlla na fi am.
To at least this be where this thing will stop.
mboolem ñaawteef boo xam ne mos nañ ko fi wax.
Any bad deed that has been said here.
or def nañ ko fi.
or whether it has been done here.
muy since nag independence ba tey.
Since independence up till date.
nañ toog ñu xam ne ñu ñëpp benn lañ.
Let us sit together and know that we are all one.
ñu jégalante.
And forgive one another.
ñu bàyyi suñu xel trop.
And be very mindful.
gune respect mag yi.
Let the young ones respect their elders.
mag yi tam xam ne gune la ñu teete ñu.
And also for the elders to know that the youngsters are just youngsters, and also bring them up in a very calm.
Religious leaders itam ñu preach seen nit ñi accordingly.
Let the religious leaders also preach to their people accordingly.
su ko defee liñ bëgg dinañ ko am.
And if that happens, then we will be able to achieve what we want.
On that note, maa ngi jërëjëfati council members yëpp.
On that note, I want to thank the council members again.
li tax maa leen a jërëjëfati.
And the reason why I want to thank you again.
moo nekk suma teewaay bi fii nii tey.
It's because of my presence here today
pour wax li ma xam.
to talk about what I know,
fi ma jaar.
what I have gone through
si nguur gi passé.
in the past government
ba fi ñu am nii tey.
until where we are today.
di leen jërëjëfati si loolu.
Thanking you for that.
parce que ñu bari ñu doon yaakamte lii.
There are many people we are longing for this.
te niñ ko mënoon a xamee rek mooy through TRRC bi.
And the only way that they could have known about it was through the TRRC. May peace prevail for a long time in this country. Those that we have offended, we apologize. Those who are offended also should seek forgiveness.
Okay, the balu aha. The jegalu.
Seeking forgiveness
to
anyone who feels that I offended him or her. May God extend the forgiveness to all.
Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you very much, Mr. Loum, for the closing statement.
Mr. Loum,
thank you, commissioners. Thank you, lead counsel, interpreters, media. The session is closed for today. We meet tomorrow at 10 o'clock.
Love like fire. Wow. Love like fire. Xam ngeen rek affaire bi xam ngeen fan la? Skincare la. 2020 lañ wax de. Wow. Fii nag mooy Kerr fan Kerr zero tache. Perfect skin. Skincare saa su ne rek niñ ko dee defee rek loo lañ soxlaati rek maanaam bu ngeen am problème ci seen skin yéen xam ngeen fan la fii ngeen di ñëw suma xarit yeeg am di jàmm yi nga xam ne taas daf lañ sonaloon xam nga doon xeesal ba la ka xum éneew ma lañ ko nag waaye just in case comme ni ko gars yi defee rek en cas just in case loolu xew xam ngeen fi ngeen di ñëw Skincare Plus si yu baax rek la ñoo dox nag ay baax rek fu ne la ñoo dem ci réew mi di lañ indi rek nag products yu baax du Paris du Italie du USA du fi mu nekk nii sax boole nañ ci nag Sweden fu nekk lañ leen a indilee products bu dee tamit nag da nga ñuul rek ñu lay jamaa natural beauty that melanin dripping we do have stuff for you as well emuñ si skincare products rek ñu ngi ci cuub yi tamit fu ne la ñoo jaar in fact sax last commercial bi ñu defoon waxuñ leen woon dañoo dox ci ay kawar 9A grade rek nag waaw we do have bundles as well hair si lu ne la ñoo dox ñun ñu ngi ci rafetal jigéen rek luy taaral jigéen rek waaw boo leen di tukki tamit bëggoon rek classic suitcase dañoo dox ci ay Samsonite duñ dee indi any brand of suitcases though other than Samsonite comme li ma dee wax rek boo eggee airport diri Samsonite dafa am nuñ laa xoolee waaw ngeen ne lan nag waaw skin ci moom la ñu gën a xamee nag skincare products ci moom la ñu gën a xamee ñu ngi dox tamit bentee tamit si ay dàlla man waaye man nag skincare mooy suma specialty xam nga rek jigéen bu sa xar kanam réglé loo def mu jag am nañ Patricia Reiner Kiwi Eye the whole range Lighten Up Gold Tomatine I mean the list can just go on and on and on and on lépp loo xam ne rek luy taaral jigéen la ci yooyu rek la ñoo dox Skincare Plus nag emuñ si Gambia rek ñu ngi United States ñu ngi Gambia fii ba pare bu dee yaa ngi anywhere in Europe mun nañ la ko mail within 3 days rek ñetti fan rek nga jot say diw emuñ si loolu rek dañ laa consult tamit balaa ñu laa jaay diw dinañ def a free consultation pour wax la rek exactly li nga xam ne moo méngoo ak sa kanam dinañ leen wax tamit ne rek am nañ perfumes fragrances men's shirts accessories we do dresses as well we do blouses I mean we do shoes name it we do them Skincare Plus 2020 is our year of perfection zero tax fi mu nekk nii réew mi fii kenn waratu fi tax kenn waratu fi am problème kanam kenn waratu fi am problème yu picca boo ko amee dafa fekk ne rek ñëwuloo ci place bi fii.
Love, love, love like fire. Bring my yobo good my fine. Love, 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 love like fire.
Miss V Designer Outlet is the #1 quality and affordable stop shop for all your needs. Get your evening dresses, suit and ties, office wears for both ladies and gentlemen, beach wears, sport wears, pure leather shoes for men, quality belts, bags, heels for all beautiful ladies, original perfumes, accessories, and a lot more. Find us at Kololini Road opposite Gaddafi Mosque at the Aqua Bridge Station, or call us on 295-3411 or 764-2486. Miss B Designer Outlet. Shop right, look good.
When we touch down, better broke down.
Gamtel G-Fiber, now you can enjoy super fast internet in gigabytes. G-Fiber is affordable, stable, secured, and accessible to homes, businesses, and enterprises. With Gamtel G-Fiber, the future is speed. Gamtel, creating a brighter future in communication.
That's how she became mine and see that.